Welcome back everyone, and as you can see, we currently find ourselves back on one of my favourite survival maps of BO2, Town. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a pack-a-punch every weapon challenge, but this time with a little bit of a twist. The twist being, whenever you pick a gun, you have to pack-a-punch it, and use it for a full round. That means, once we start a round, we must finish that round with it. Now, to make this challenge a little bit easier, you do have 2 weapon slots you can freely choose to pack-a-punch, and you can choose not to pick up a weapon from the box. So with all that being said, let's begin. So obviously, until we pack-a-punch a weapon, we can use the non-pack-a-punch version. We just can't get rid of it until we pack-a-punch them, and use them for a full round. So for the next few rounds, we won't be able to get rid of our amazing starting weapon, but no need to worry, because for the first few rounds, we try to maximise points by shooting and knifing the zombies with the starting pistol. Now, for this challenge, we are hoping to get the terrible weapons first, while leaving the war weapons and the good guns for later. So with that in mind, we really want to try and get guns like the ballistic knife, the S12, or even the Cap 40. But the first weapon we'll be using and needing to pack-a-punch is the Executioner. And after grabbing it, I go straight to Quick Revive just to be on the safe side, even though you'll soon see it wasn't even necessary in the first place. And now, the Executioner, it's not a great start. Honestly, as this gun does quite the damage and doesn't get you loads of points, on the early rounds, it's not the best. We've got to work with what we get, mainly because we don't have enough points to keep on hitting the box, hoping for better. So off we go using it, try and get as many headshots as possible to get those beautiful 100 points per zombie kill. I honestly thought it was going to take a while, but surprisingly, I was able to get enough points at round 5, where I need to end the round and pack-a-punch one of my 2 guns and complete a full round with it. So knowing that, on round 6, I decided to pack-a-punch the starting pistol, which starts off this challenge with 1 out of 27 weapons we need to pack-a-punch. And honestly, I just wanted to get rid of it, as it's not a great point building weapon, and honestly, I'd rather not have it clog up one of my 2 gun slots. So I fly through the round, and I mean, of course, it isn't hard, as I think any weapon could fly through the round on round 6. Yes, even you crappy SMR. So with the Mustang Sallies, I clear round 6, completing one of the guns on the list, where I move on to round 7 and I go and hit the box again, hoping for a good gun. Wait, no, a bad gun. A bad good gun. I mean a good bad gun. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I got the Barrett. Now, the Barrett being a sniper would have been a bit better later in the run, as it does good damage, and because we currently need a point building weapon, it's not the best. It's the same as the Executioner. But anyway, with the Executioner and the Ballista as my 2 guns, points are out of the question. So I go through a few rounds, when I then finally, on round 9, get just enough points to pack another gun. This time going for the Ballista, keeping the Executioner until later. With round 9 going smoothly as the sniper does insane damage, we complete the round. And with 2 guns down, we move on to my next gun from the box, and this time, I get the Python. So if 1 strong pistol wasn't enough, the game has given me 2 of them. So as I don't have enough points to pap either one of them, I decided to go through the rounds until I get to round 11, where I saved up a hefty amount and decide to pack-a-punch the Executioner over the Python. Now the biggest issue I have with the Executioner, even though it's one of my favourite guns, is its reload. Mainly when it's pack-a-punch. It is indeed quicker, but compared to the Python, it's quite slow. But if we're going based on satisfaction, this gun is a beauty. So with round 11 and our 3rd pack-a-punch gun done, once again we go and hit the box for our 4th gun, where I don't know if we got lucky or not, because we pulled the Ray Gun Mark II. Yes, this early on. And what I mean by that is it's an amazing gun when it comes to damage, but to get it this early on feels like a waste. But then again, I'd rather not go 4 hours trying to pull it, as it has a super low pull rate on maps other than Buried. But we got to work with what we get, so off we go, and first decided to pack-a-punch the Python and use that for round 12, and I got to say, I underestimated how good the Python is in this game. And so honestly, I was just enjoying this round. But of course, it being round 12, we finished up quite soon, completing our 4th weapon, and we head once again to see what the box has for us. And this time I guess it was being nice, as we got the War Machine, but sadly we didn't have quite enough points to pack-a-punch it straight away, so we went and did an extra round using the Ray Gun Mark II, where in round 14 we finally got the War Machine pack-a-punched and ready. And something I forgot to mention with the Mustang and Sally is how scary it is sometimes to use explosive weapons without Jug, with a 2-hit down system, but no worries, we did get Jug at the start of next round. Round 15. Wait, am I reading this right? I got Jug after the round with the death machine was done? I seriously don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, now with our 5th weapon complete, I move on to the next one. And this is where I would say, we went to the mystery box, like usual. But no. This is the first eco round, at least that's what I'm calling it, where we go and grab the M14 off the wall to use it and gain loads more points. Now the only problem is, now that we picked up the M14, the only way to get rid of it is by pack-a-punching it. But no need to worry, we'll be sticking with it for a long, very long time. So let's fast forward to round 16 where I pack-a-punch the Raygun Mark II, and as expected it was a walk in the park with this gun, completing gun number 6. So after we finish the Mark II, I hit the box and get the dual 5.7s. Once again, with not enough points to pack-a-punch it straight away, we go another point building round. And now on round 18, we pack-a-punch the dual 5.7s, making this one gun 7. And now we've gotten to a glaring problem, and that is, we still have 20 guns to go, and we're already on round 17, and we still haven't got any of the bad guns. And to do full rounds with some of those guns are just a nightmare. But the main reason is some of them have absolutely terrible ammo. Yes, I'm looking at you there, 12. But thankfully, the game decided to be absolutely generous with me, and things started to look good, as the next gun we got was the M1216. So of course, with the low ammo, I just had to get double tap to give me a fighting chance. Now, the M1216, it's a fun shotgun to use, but to say I'd rather use the Olympia is enough to explain what I think of this gun. Anyway, I pack-a-punch it and get through the round with not too many issues. It just mainly took time lining up the zombies and making sure to get my bullets worth. Now, when I told you the game was being generous, this is what I mean. Just take a look at what gun I got next. The S12. This is the first time you'll actually see me excited for the S12. It's great to get this gun out of the way as early as possible, as its ammo situation just sucks. And it also has close to 0 bullet penetration, like one shot will kill one zombie. But we got through it somehow, finishing another gun, where we then move on to an amazing weapon to get early on. But I do wish I had got it a little bit later, the weapon being the ballistic knife. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You would have thought it would have been the worst weapon out of them all, but honestly, the ballistic knife up until round 28 is better than the Cap 40, SMR, M1216, and S12. But how? Well, it's quite simple. It revolves around one simple fact, that being the ballistic knife with decent aim is an infinite weapon, as the knives drop when the zombies are killed. And until round 28, the upgraded ballistic knife is a one-shot headshot, making it quite a decent gun. Only problem is its slow time to kill, as it takes forever to kill a full round of zombies, taking me 10 minutes to finish this round. But again, that wasn't that big of a pain to do, so with another weapon done, I wonder what else the box is going to give me. Will my luck streak continue on? And I guess it did. The 5.7 is quite the middle of the pack kind of gun, so I pop the gun straight away and get to killing. And honestly, it was a great point building weapon, getting us a whopping 15,000 points, which is incredible for trying to get those hard weapons later on. And that's what I do. I keep hitting the box until I get a bad gun. And luckily, I didn't have to wait long, only like around 5,000 points, as in the next few box hits, I get the legendary Cap 40, which is my second most hated gun, right behind the S12. So straight to pack-a-punching it, as we have loads of points still, and I start going through the round. And this time, I did get quite close to running out of ammo, which would have been a pain to try and box swap for it. But we managed to get through the round, and the next amazing gun we got was the legendary RPG, one of my favourite guns to pack-a-punch, because if you didn't know, when you aim down the sight, it's a full auto. But for this challenge, I gotta be a bit more careful with the ammo, so I take it nice and slow. So now that we're around halfway through the guns, let's speed up through a few of them. So on round 25, I use the goddamn Olympia. I wish I could skip this gun. On round 26, I use the M8A1. It's not bad, but definitely worse than I expected. On round 27, I use the Type 25. It's decent, but I think it has way too little ammo. On round 28, I got the legendary SMR, which, I'm gonna be honest, except for the carpal tunnel you get for using this weapon, isn't that bad, as it has a ton of ammo. And on round 29, I got the Chicken, and I thought that this gun gives off the fastest movement speed in the game, so I might as well get stamina up to complement it. And honestly, this was the last bad gun we needed, so from here on, it's only a matter of time and points till I finish the remaining guns. The ones we have left are these. So, on round 30, we get my favourite gun in BO2, the DSR-50, and we just had to double pack it, and I regret not leaving this masterpiece for last. On round 31, we get the MTAR, the gun with the craziest recoil, and following the MTAR, craziest recoil, we got the hammer round 32, and with the amount of ammo I had, we just flew through the rounds. And now we're coming very, very close to the end, with only a few more guns to go. So in round 33, I finally get around to pack-a-punching the M14 we had since the beginning. And even though this gun is better than the SMR, it still makes your hands tense up from clicking so much. But at least I wasn't taking 20 minutes to reload, Olympia, and moved on to the FAL, where I forgot that it turns into like a 3-burst, which makes it incredibly fun to use. Where I then get everyone's favourite assault rifle, the Galil. And honestly, in BO2, it's one of my favourite assault rifles as well. On round 36, I papped the final war weapon, the MP5, and this one took a lot longer than I thought it would. And on 37, I used the RPD, my favourite LMG, as it's just a beauty. I remember as a kid, I would always grab this weapon. It's just amazing. Who doesn't love the RPD? Like, LSAT's cool, the hammer's cool, but the RPD, it's iconic. And now for the final weapon, which is kind of fitting to be last, the first ever wonder weapon, the ray gun. And honestly, on round 38, I did get a bit cocky and waste a shit ton of ammo, making me regret that later on when I needed to conserve more ammo. But we did manage to get through it. And with the round over, we finally did it. And flawless at that, I know that's crazy for me. And now you're probably wondering, will we at least get to round 40 to make it an even number? Nah, I go up and end this run the best way I know how. Jumping out of quick revive, straight on lava. An instant death. And with that, we have completed the Pack-a-Punch All Gun Challenge. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and drop a sneaky subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!